Hi everybody. So today real quick I'm going to share with you a desktop project that I created. It's basically a box to hold like my scissors, my paintbrushes, a little mixture of everything, but I just wanted to keep them neater on my desktop. So what I did was I'm making it 12 inches long, 6 inches deep, and on the 12-inch length I put two lines, and what I did is I did a line at 4-inch and then 8-inch, so it would create 3 cubbies. And then I made a bunch. When I say a bunch, you got to make a bunch of these 12-inch strips that are 2 inches wide, and then you score them at 1 inch. And what it does is it makes these what we can call construction strips, which allows you to put your pieces together. And what I mean by that is like the side piece to connect to the bottom, and then once we have the bottom connected to those pieces, then we can, reinforce the sides, and we can then decorate. Okay, so right now I'm attaching one to the outside of the strip, or inside, excuse me. I did the inside first, and then this one is going on the outside. So I did the inside, I did the inside one first, and then this one's the outside. And why I put one on the inside and the outside is so that it makes it stronger. Because if you put it on just the one side, it may feel a little flimsy, okay? And then we're going to do the same thing with another strip on the other side, making sure that the lines that I drew are on the inside, because what we're going to do is when we go to put in our chipboard pieces on the inside, the pencil marks are going to be our guidelines. So line this up. See, I had to flip it over because I almost forgot. And then we just press that down, and then we're going to put another strip right on the outside. So just there alone, we've used what, 4 strips? So we need 4 there. You're going to need at least another 4 for the side ones, because you're going to need one on the inside, one on the outside, and then also on the edges of where the chipboard pieces are going to connect, which you'll see in a little bit. Okay, so once we get it on, I always use my bone folder, make sure everything is laying flat. And then I cut these pieces. They are 6 by 6. And I'm just showing you here, just real quick, how I'm going to line them up, create the 3 cubbyhole spaces. And we're going to use the strips. And the best part about doing 6 by 6 is that the 12-inch strips, once I make them, I just cut them in half, and they'll work for the 6-inch sides. Alright, so I went and cut more strips because I had run out, and I'm showing you here how I want you to put your strips on the inside pieces. I always cut, like I said, the one down in half, so you have 6 and 6, and then we're going to put 2 on each end of the chipboard piece in the center, so you have a better structural hold, okay, and it'll be stronger. And by doing it this way, it allows me to line it up with my lines, so that way I have a nice straight box, you know what I mean, as far as the cubby holes. Now, hindsight, which I will be saying again, being 2020, I probably, see, this is one of those things where it's like, do you cover the back with the paper before you add on the hinges? If you do that, then obviously the, not hinges, the construction strips, you would see the construction strips on top of the pretty paper, the decorative paper. So I decided not to do that. I'll put these down, and then I would just measure and fill in the box. Do you know what I mean? Because it doesn't have to necessarily have the paper go all the way down so I could use scraps. And it would still look nice and it would cover up those strips. So we're just putting in our second one. And I recommend to do it this way only because I've done stuff before where I've put all the outside pieces on and it was harder to get the inside pieces exactly where I wanted them. So that's why, like, if you ever look at my ink pad storage video or the one I did with the drawers, usually there's one side that I don't, put it on right away. I try to do enough that I have my structure, and then I can put the other pieces in, and then at the end I would put the final piece. Well, I'm doing the same thing with this, but just with the sides, okay? And like I said, the reason why I do it is very simple. It's just that, I want to make sure I have wiggle room, and, once you put certain pieces on, it feels like it's complete, like it's done, and it would really suck if you have to take it apart because stuff's not fitting. You know what I mean? So I just like to make sure everything's coming together like it's supposed to. And it might be from putting together furniture pieces and then going to put a piece in and realizing, yeah, I probably shouldn't have put that on. You know what I mean? And then having to take the whole thing apart. Oh, okay, so moving on. I'm having a little flashback. What I'm doing here is I'm just getting my piece that's going on the side. I'm trying to get a strip on the top edge so that it creates a nice, complete, and pretty edge along the top of the chipboard pieces. And then once I did that, I put the 3 sides on, our top, side, and middle. And once I get everything lined up, I'm going to go ahead and press around all 3 sides. Alright. And then anything that's extra or hanging off, I just cut that with my little detail scissors there and keep it going. And then we're going to do the same exact thing on the other side. I put a strip that was, I think it was an inch, and then I scored it at a 1/2 inch for the top edge of the chipboard pieces to give it a finished look. I like, I did it with my black pieces too. Whenever I did my ink pad storage and my 4-drawer cube, I think, I don't know why. To me, it just makes it look finished and complete, like I don't have anything left to do. If you leave it raw edged, which is perfectly fine, if you do, I might suggest like maybe distressing it or making it look like you did it, for a purpose, and then, that way it technically would still be finished. So we're just putting the other end, down, and really our box is done. We're going to put stuff in it, I'm going to tell you here, the hindsight part that I was thinking about is that I probably should have made it more like 5 inches or 4 inches high, only because some of my pens I can't see. But really and truly, I wanted to make sure that the bloom sprays that I'm going to put around the outside edge hang up off the top, and I wanted to make sure that my ruler and different stuff like that could sit there right next to me. So for the decorative paper, I'm just using dye distress ink, and I am going around all 4 edges, and I'm using blue fern paper because, one, I love it. Okay, if you've never had this blue fern paper before, you need to get it because it's such a different quality of paper. I know, like, I've gotten a lot of die cuts with the view papers, at the different stores, and, sometimes you get paper from, like, Bo Bunny, Echo Park, and those are nice papers. They're not bad at all, but there's something about this blue fern paper that once you've dealt with it, like I want to use it on everything. You know what I mean? It's just a different quality. So after I did all of the distressing and I put all the paper around all 4 sides, this is the completed project with everything in it. So I got my blooms right now around the outside of that. And then in each cubby hole, I have like my pens, my paper stubs, different stuff that I use that I tend to grab for the most. I just wanted it on, since it was on my desk already, I wanted it to be in a neater spot and close to me. Now I may wind up moving this all together, but at least it's neat and it's in a pretty box and I love the paper. Love, love, love. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. It's really quick. If nothing else, I may do like a shorter box that's 3 inches or maybe like 4 inches and put it right up against it in the front so it's like tiered. And then that way I can put my pens and stuff in the lower boxes. I don't know yet. We're still toying with it. Right now this is working and I'm loving it. So thank you guys for joining me, and I will see you with our next video, which should be Friday, which is another sketch video. See you then.